Yo, what up, YouTube? What up, what up, what up? On fire with the word and understanding. By the means of my mind, I understand now the difference between things that God created versus abominations. Things that are abominations to the Lord are things that He did not create. These would be things pertaining to after the fall of man. Is man an abomination to the Lord? And did the Lord create man? And that fact is quite subtle. Indeed, He did. But not the way that the man is today, but the way that a man ought to be, which is Him. Not to see according to the eyes as Eve, where the fruit looked good to eat, the thorn between spirit and reason, which is physical, the dynamics of my amygdala, my limbic system, built for fight or flight, based in survival, instinctual, guttural, as an appetite or the senses of a man. Though I still need these things in order to navigate this wilderness since the fall, I am, as a man, having the Spirit of God and the divine wisdom and the way of life, would be considered to be something that God created, not upon my physical birth, but on the regeneration of my spirit, by sanctification, by deliverance, by being called out and walking in the light. These things are new under the sun, though the sun can't see them because they're defined by the inner man, and the inner man is illuminated by the inner light, and the inner light is the day star. Versus the flesh, which was created at night, the evening, and the morning, were the sixth day, wrought, developed out of the dust of the field, with its own reasonings and speculations and the dynamics of my limbic system and my brain based upon survival rather than abundance, in the way that the world was created when God created it in Eden. Of scarcities and falsities and lies of men, let every man be a liar and let God be true. And that the knowledge that comes from the sun or passes beneath the sun cannot speculate or understand, nor even witness the testimony of a saint who has witnessed the working fingers of the Lord. This would be a mystery to the sun. This would be a mystery of faith. Though the mystery of iniquity is not quite a mystery to the sun in the sky, who has seen all things, and in his knowledge understands the behaviors of man and man's genetics and his parents, and what he is typically likely privy to and given to, and what to tempt him with in his self-will. That self-will is an abomination, and that abomination brings forth pride, and pride God just doesn't deal with. Neither does the prideful man deal with God, because he believes he knows everything. He's like a teenager. This is the subtlety between Abraham's seed, according to the faith that was sown spiritually by the testimony of his life, to transcend generations or people or persons. Here a little, there a little, like the verses and pretext in the scripture rises up seeds of faith out of this wilderness. The transformative sanctification, the spiritual lottery of Lamech, who lived 777 years as a tribe to give birth to Noah. Ham, Shem, and Japheth are the seeds of Abraham that go according to faith. And what faith is, knowledge just doesn't know because it doesn't pertain on memory. It is proactive, not reactive, and dependent on a structure that can't be seen. What fool may this bring? Said the onlookers to Noah, a child of the day. And that day star bringing luminance, internal luminance and insight is greater than the light that you see with your eyes that enters your vessel. This light has no need of light, and this light is wisdom, and this wisdom is the way of life, and the truth therein lies in it, not the lies of man, but the truth of God. How you are and how you're born is not what God created. Genesis chapter 1 verse 21 reads, and God breathed into Adam's nostrils and he became a living soul. Not that a soul was manifested, not that a soul was created. Adam already had a soul, no different than any other individual that was living at that time had a soul, but that soul was not living. The living principle is the spirit, and the only way to please God is by faith. That means you cannot go according to the Son and the traditions of man's knowledge to do what you know, because that would be abominable. But not to lean on your own reason, but seek the scripture for counsel and the fruits of that scripture and the wisdom therein and how it manifests in your life and what it creates as a character. It's evidence amongst all that God is. Peace and blessings.